Okay, stop scrolling. Put down your phone, pause that TikTok, whatever you're doing can wait because we need to have an emergency discussion about Skyshade. I'm talking about the your bestie just made the worst life choice and you need to hear this right now kind of talk. This book just personally attacked every single one of us. Skyshade is a mess that somehow got a publishing deal and decided to make it our problem. It's a young adult fantasy train wreck, and I mean it with my whole heart. When I say train wreck, I mean the full, soul-crushing, my sanity just packed its bags and left me kind of disaster. You're sitting there at 2 a.m. staring at your Kindle going, there's no way she just did that. Wait, oh my god, she actually did. And then you keep reading anyway because your brain got hijacked by this beautiful mess. Because apparently, one love triangle wasn't enough torture for us. Alex Aster watched Book Talk turn into a war zone with Team Grimm versus Team Oro throwing hands in the comments and said, you know what? Let's destroy their souls completely. Then she threw in a death prophecy, a moody storm, and characters who treat the words trust like it owes them money. Grimm's still lurking in shadows like he's auditioning for world's most obvious villain. Oro? Still shining like that expensive chandelier your mom won't let anyone touch. And Isla? My girl's standing in the back of this mess holding a prophecy like she's ordering her usual at Starbucks. Yeah, hi, can I get one grande iced trauma, extra betrayal, hold the hope? Thanks so much. You know what the worst part is? It actually works. This entire series is a car crash and we're all just standing on the highway unable to look away. You want to stop reading. You try to put it down. Your hands won't cooperate. Skyshade doesn't feel like a normal book you just read. You survive it. You find yourself screaming into your pillow at 3 a.m. because Isla just made the absolute worst possible choice again. You're rage texting your group chat like, I swear someone needs to take this girl's decision-making rights away before she signs another deal with the magical equivalent of a walking disaster factory. But here's the thing. You keep turning those pages, because deep down in your little heart, you love the mess. You love how every chapter feels like the messiest reality TV show, except everyone's wearing crowns and dealing with prophecies. Real talk time. Have you ever read a book that made you so mad that you threw it across the room, then immediately picked it up because you had to know what happened next? Yeah? Welcome to the club, bestie. Hit like and subscribe. Unlike Isla, you can make one good choice today. We need to talk about how we even got here. First, there was Lightlark, then came Nightbane, and those two disasters, oh honey, they deserve their own roast session. Remember picking up Lightlark? It felt like accidentally signing up for a reality TV show where the producers clearly hated everyone. You've got this magical island that only shows up every 100 years, rulers with deadly secrets and curses everywhere. Sounds cool, right? Except Alex Aster really said, congrats, this is The Bachelor, except the roses can literally stab you. And the thing is, Lightlark was complete drama from page 1. Oro shining like he owns the sun, Grimm brooding so hard you could smell the emotional damage through the page. And Isla? My girl was running straight into chaos like it was her day job. Then the internet went absolutely crazy.
Let's talk about Alex Aster again.
Book plays with my fucking emotions.
She doesn't talk about the content of the book itself.
And it makes me love them even more.
Book Talk turned into a full-blown war zone overnight. Teams formed so fast. Team Grimm, Team Oro, people wrote essays about which one Isla should pick, as if choosing between two disasters was a win. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. Book Talk made fan edits, fan cams, playlists, PowerPoint presentations. People were cosplaying with thick eyeliner and tragic Spotify playlists. And Isla stans, oh bless them, they had to invent new coping mechanisms just to survive. Then came Nightbane. If Lightlark was a dating show with knives, Nightbane was a full-blown soap opera where every scene ended with fire alarms blaring. Betrayal sharper than swords, secrets dropping at high speed. Grimm's lies got nastier. Oro's golden mask started cracking. Isla spiraled so hard you could hear her downfall echoing through every page. Alex Aster basically looked at Lightlark and said, what if I take the dumpster fire you barely survived and pour gasoline on it? And she did. And we ate it up anyway. Comment sections turned into group therapy sessions. Grimm stands were writing essays and crafting fanfiction just to cope with the emotional damage. Oro stands were doubling down with TikTok slideshows trying to prove he wasn't a walking headache. Isla stands? They were in the group chat crying into their pillows. By the end of Nightbane, trust was dead, loyalties were destroyed, and we were all too far gone to back out. We'd committed like that toxic ex you swear you've blocked, but you're still stalking their Instagram at 2 a.m. And then Alex Aster dropped Skyshade. The finale that was supposed to answer everything. Instead, we got betrayal stacked higher than the Empire State Building and a prophecy that completely ruined everyone. Terrible decision-making meets complete drama. And then you have Isla Crown. Every single page of Skyshade feels like watching your friend ignore all the warning signs while you're screaming at your phone. Let's start with Grimm, Mr. Tall, Dark, and please ignore my 400 betrayals. He walks into every scene like the walking definition of a red flag. He's got the smirk, the secrets, the trust me voice that should never, ever be trusted. And then you have Oro, golden boy extraordinaire. The safe option that's not safe at all. He shines, he glows, he makes you think maybe he's the responsible one, until he opens his mouth and proves he's also completely ruthless. And Isla, oh sweet summer child. Instead of cutting her losses, she's out here like, what if I kiss them both just to compare notes? Girl, you have a literal death prophecy hanging over your head. Maybe now's not the time for a side-by-side boyfriend evaluation. Speaking of the prophecy, this thing is the most dramatic roommate in literary history. Always lurking in the background, reminding everyone that Isla has to murder one of them. Like, imagine opening your journal and reading, "Congrats, bestie, you're destined to kill your soulmate. XOXO fate." And does she slow down? No. She speeds up like she's racing toward disaster. She's like, okay, but what if I keep making out with them until the prophecy gets bored and leaves? Now let's talk about the Storm. This thing is the best character in the entire book. At least the Storm has consistent energy. It rolls in, wrecks everything, disappears, then comes back angrier than before. By chapter 3, I was actively rooting for the weather. The Storm deserves its own POV chapters at this point. Betrayals are falling harder than the rain. Grimm? Shady as hell. Oro? Triple shady. Side characters? They're all operating their own betrayal businesses. Even Grimm's castle furniture felt suspicious. And Isla? My girl is sprinting towards bad endings like it's her full-time job. She's the horror movie character who hears a noise in the basement and says, "Sounds fun, let's investigate." Quick audience test. Imagine you're cursed with Isla's prophecy. You've got two kings. Do you A, choose the Shadow Lurker, B, choose the Chandelier King, or C, throw both of them into the storm and let Mother Nature handle your love life? Drop your vote in the comments. You know what hits harder than the Storm and Skyshade? This book is basically one therapy session gone wrong. Because yeah, there are kingdoms, prophecies, curses, but scratch the shiny surface and all you find are trust issues, warning signs, and people avoiding their feelings like it's an Olympic sport. Grimm, Oro, Isla. That love triangle? It's a group project in hell where nobody did their part. Grimm struts around like the King of Shadows, his whole brand being, yes, I'm lying to you, but doesn't my jawline make it okay? Oro shines on the outside, but he's hollow inside like a disappointing chocolate bunny. And Isla, she's the one holding the matches, choosing between two obvious disasters. And hanging over all of them, the prophecy. This thing acts like the world's most dramatic roommate screaming from the corner, "Congrats, bestie, you're destined to kill your soulmate." Imagine that fortune cookie. You don't frame it, you call a lawyer and move countries. But Isla treats it like a cute romantic subplot. Then there's betrayal everywhere you look. Grimm lies before breakfast. Oro hides the truth before lunch. Side characters flip sides before dinner. By the time dessert rolls around, loyalty is dead and buried 6 feet under. And and they act shocked when it happens every single time. Isla watches Grimm stab her trust for the 27th time and gasps like it's breaking news. Bestie, this is a trilogy. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me 50 times, that's just Tuesday in this chaotic universe. You start to realize that betrayal literally fuels this whole series like gasoline in a car. Without it, Grimm would have no personality, Oro would have no crown, and Isla would have no excuse to spiral into madness. And the emotional unavailability actually made me want to scream into my pillow. The real curse is that no one in this series knows how to have a single honest conversation. If one therapist walked into this mess and said, "Tell me how you feel," this entire trilogy would wrap up in 3 chapters. But let's be real, that's exactly why you kept reading. You kept reading because this series car crash you can't look away from. Watching Isla pick betrayal over and over again like it's her favorite hobby. It's trash. Beautiful, shiny, dramatic trash that glitters in all the right ways. So here's your moment, because you can't leave without picking a side. Who's the real villain? Grimm with his never-ending shadow lies? Oro with his "I'm shiny but I'll ruin your day" energy? Or Isla herself, the disaster magnet, who looks destiny in the face and says, "Bet, let's make this worse." Drop your answer in the comments and be dramatic about it. Since you're still here while I tear apart these disasters, do the opposite of Isla and make one healthy decision today. If you're actually getting something out of this beautiful mess, just go ahead and subscribe. So, we did it. We crawled through the chaos, dodged the warning signs, and somehow survived Skyshade. The so-called grand finale. The ending that was supposed to fix everything. Instead, we got betrayal stacked higher than the Empire State Building, storms acting like they were main characters with better dialogue than half the cast, and Isla just sprinting straight into disaster with her arms wide open like she's greeting an old friend. And look, was it neat? Absolutely not. Was it clean? Not even close. Did it have me at 2 a.m. whispering, "Just one more chapter," even though my brain was actively melting? You bet it did. Because Skyshade is a book you fight through like you're climbing a mountain made of drama. And Isla, my girl, is a walking hurricane. She had a prophecy that literally screamed, "You're going to kill one of them!" And instead of slowing down, she hit the gas pedal. That's like making self-destruction into your favorite hobby. And yet, we kept reading, because watching her fall apart was like watching a disaster in slow motion. Put them both in Isla's life at the same time, and what do you get? You get a curse disguised as a love triangle. A nightmare dressed up like a fairy tale. And the prophecy, that was fate pointing and laughing at all of us going, "You thought this series was wild before? Oh honey, we're just getting started." And the truth is, we read books like this because they're complete disasters that make us shout at our phones, throw the book across the room, and pick it up again and shout even louder. We read them because they start full-blown wars in the comment section over which bad choice is the least bad choice. And that's the real magic of Skyshade. It turns normal readers into completely unhinged fans who will fight strangers online about Shadow Kings versus Chandelier Boys like it's a matter of life and death. So now I'm handing the prophecy over to you. Drop your emoji before. Red flag if you're still loyal to Grimm and his Shadow Kingdom. Broken heart if you're still crying over Oro and his golden energy. Fire if Isla's your queen of bad decisions. Storm if the storm was secretly your favorite character. Or trash can if you think the whole trilogy belongs in the trash fire where it started. Own your choice and fight for it in the comments. Since you've made it this far through all of this, welcome to the Chaos Club. Just grab your iced coffee and hit subscribe so you're here for the next roast session. Fate already signed your name on the list anyway, champ.